lots of different puzzle games. So you've got the main Circle 9, which is what started this gaming website. Then you've got Jigsaw Circle 9, Blueberry Trio, Window Pane, Twin Dominoes, Ben Dominoes, Matchbox, Number Cross, Ball Salt, Letter Link, and Stitch Words. And every day all of these will refresh and be new puzzles, but you can also pay to upgrade to Plus, which means you get unlimited access to all of the puzzles on the website. So this is circle9puzzle.com, and most of these mini puzzles have more than one level of ease. So if I click on this, for example, the main Circle 9 puzzle has standard, advanced and expert. I don't actually do all of these puzzles, so I'm gonna run through the ones that I do and the difficulties that I do, and then maybe as the series goes on we'll start tackling the harder levels as we go, and some of the other puzzles that I don't usually do, but I do tend to come to this website daily. So let's start with Circle 9, and up here you have a question mark which basically tells you how to do the puzzle. So Circle 9 is a bit like Sudoku, where you have the numbers 1 to 9, and with this game you have to get a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 once in one row and once in one box. So the rules: circle exactly one of each number from 1 to 9. Each row, column and block must contain exactly one circled number. So you'll understand as I start playing this puzzle, there are actually videos and a guide to help you a little bit better. You also have these 3 options. One is to reveal the actual result, one is to be provided a hint, and then one is to just see if you're correct in your previous moves. So for the Circle 9 I try and do the standard and the advanced, sometimes the expert, but for this video we're just going to do the standard, just so you can get a feel for what you have to do. So we've got 3 1s here, so I know that this cannot be a 4, because if this was a 4 it would block out this one and both of these ones, because this one is in this box and these 2 1s are in the row that the 4 is in. So we can click this to determine that it's not going to be this 4. And what I tend to do is I tend to start with the numbers. So I'll look at where the 1s are and then I'll look at where the 2s are. So we'll still do 1s because I can see the same situation here. This cannot be an 8 because that would rule out all of the 1s. It would rule out this one because of the 8 is in the same row, and it would rule out these 2 1s because the 8 is in the same box. Okay, let's just make sure. Okay, the same thing over here. The 8 is in the same box as this one and the same row as these 2 1s. So now what I notice is that I've ruled out 2 8s there, and I've noticed that there's only one more 8 on the board. So if we means is nothing else can be in this column. So we've ruled out that 9, and nothing else can be in this row. So we've ruled out that 7. Okay, let's go back to the ones and just double check. I think that's all we can do. No, I've just noticed. So now we know that the 1 has to be in this row because there's no other numbers in this row. And we know, yeah, so that means this cannot be a 1. And it then means that this has to be the 7 because there's nothing else in this column. And then we cannot have anything else in this row. So we'll take away that 3. Then we can see that there's only 1 3 left, and there's only 1 number in this box. So that has to be the 3, which means that finishes this row. So that can't be a 5. This box now only has a 4 in it. So that can't be a 4, and that can't be a 4. And it rules out anything else over this column. This then has to be the 1. There's nothing else in this box, so that's the 2, which takes away this 7. This then has to be the 5 for this box, which takes away this 7. We know that the 7's over here, so we can cancel out that 7. That means there's only 1 6 in this box, so we can get rid of this 6. We also have our 2, so we can get rid of this 2. And then finally our 9. So pretty easy that one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it confirms we've solved it, but you can also click check to do it again. Let's try the advanced. Okay, so our 1s are in pretty different places. We've got 2s, 3s, 4s. The only available 4s are in this box, which means this box has to have a 4. So that takes away the 1 and the 8. Let's have a look at the 1s again, because we've taken away a 1 there. We'll just double check that we still can't do anything. As if there was a number here, it wouldn't be available because it would cancel out all of the 1s here. And we also got rid of an 8. Still can't do anything there, so let's go to the 5s. There's only 5s in this box, so it can't be any of these 5s. 6s. 6s. Can't see anything yet. 7s. 7. We've just looked to the 8s, and then we got the 9s. Sometimes the advanced is a little bit more trickier. So 2's here. Sorry if you're seeing something that I'm not. What I'd also look for is if, for example, this 6 wasn't here, then you know that this column needs a number in one of these 3 spots to complete this box, so you would then rule out that 9. So we'll just double check that that's not the case anywhere else. opportunity for me to show you the hints. So if you hit the question mark and then do hint, so this is telling me circling any candidate in this block eliminates the outside 3. So if this was a 3, this couldn't be a 7, and this couldn't be a 3. So then you wouldn't have anything in this block. So we know that this is a 7 or a 3. Now ruling out this 3 hasn't really helped us. Let's just get one more hint. Circling any candidate in this column 1 eliminates this 7. Okay. So this is a 7 or a 3. Then this, does this need to be a 7 or a 3 in this column? Not sure at the moment. One more hint then. Circling any candidate in column 1 eliminates this 2. So, the 2's. We've got 3 2's left now. This cannot be a 9 because it would get rid of these 2 2's for this block, and then this 2 for this column. So that means the 2 9's are over here. This can't be a 7 because it would cancel out the 9 for this block and the 9 for this row. And that's what I was saying earlier, that so now we know that this column needs a number up in this block, so that can't be the 6. What does that mean for the 6's? This can't be a 9 because it would cancel out the 6's for this block and the 6 for this row, which means that's the 9. That gets rid of all of that. 7 and 4, 7 and 4. How long has this been here for? Oh no, we just got rid of that 8. So this is now a 3 because that's the only one left in that row. So we can get rid of the other 3's. We know the 1 is in the second row now because that's all that's left for the 1's, which makes this the 5. Makes this the 8. Makes this a 7. This a 4. This is the only 2 remaining. 6 and 1. Okay, so we'll leave out the expert for another video. If we now go back to the menu, the jigsaw circle is very similar to the circle 9. In that, I'll just quickly show you. It's just that the shapes are very different. It's now the blocks are different shapes as opposed to the 3x3 squares. We'll give this a quick go. I'm not very good at the jigsaw ones, but we'll try the standard and see how we go. So there's still a lot of 1's on the board. 2's. Okay. This can't be a 9 because the 9 is in this block with the 2 and in this row. Sorry, in this column. The 4's, there is a 3x3 square here, and there's 4's are only here, so it can't be either of those. 3's are still quite a few 3's. Still a few 5's. What were the 6's? 7. There's 2 7's. If we do this as a 1, it cancels out both the 7's. That means this is either a 7 or a 5 in this block. And for this row, not sure how that helps me at the moment. The 8 has to be in this row, but again that doesn't really help me. Have I given myself any single which means there can't be any berries in there at all. We'll just go around and do that. So this block has got a 0 at the top, so is this one, so is this one, this one, this one, and then also for the columns and the rows, you're looking for any zeros in any of these numbers, which we don't have. So now we'll move on to the ones. So this block has 1 square and a 1 on it, so there has to be a blueberry there. The same thing, this one and this one, this one and this one. Okay, so next I would look for any blocks that have got large numbers in them, like this 3 for example. We know that there's 4 blueberries in this column, but there has to be 3 blueberries in this block. That means we've already got one, because we've already got 1 blueberry. We need 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the other 3 are in here, which means they cannot be in either of those. What else can we determine? So let's look at the higher numbers. So we've got a 6 here, so we can only have 1 more in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we still don't know for that. We've got a 5 here. We can put 1 here. We can only have 1 here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that works. So we know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So there's 1 here, which means there can't be 1 here or here because of this. Apologies for the sirens going past. So where was we? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So then that means that this block is finished. So does that help us in this row? Not at the moment, I don't think, because we've already got 2 and we only need 1 more. We can go any of those. So up here, this block needs 3, and this row needs 3, and there's only 3 left. There's now 2 in this column, so it can't be any more here, and there's 2 in this column, so there can't be any more here. That's left us with 1 spot for the 1 block. 1, 2. So we need 2 in this block, so it has to be both of those. And then this column needs 3, and there's 1 spot left for that, which cancels that out. On this row we've got 1, 2, and we need a 3, so we can't have any of those. We've got our 3 in here, so it's not that, which means it's all 3 of those. We need 1, 2, 3, we need 1 more in here, which is fine. This row's got a 1. So needs 2, but this row only needs 1 more blueberry, so it has to go here. So it's not going to go in any of those spots. And now this block has availability for 2 more. This block needs 3, so that's all the slots we've got left. This row needs 3, and we've only got 3 spots left, which means this block is finished. This column is 1, which we've got now. This column needs 2. Now this block has got its 2. We don't have anything there. This row now has its 2. And this block needs 1 more. This block is a 4, so it's all of them. This row has 4, so that's finished. This block needs 1 more. This block needs both 2s. And now we've got our 3 spots for this 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. Now we've got 4 in this column, so that's complete. We need 1 more here. This needs 2 more, so it's got space for those. This block needs its 1, and this has got 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's finished. Okay, I'm going to leave the expert and move on to blueberry trio. And we're just going to do the standard one on this, because although I can do the advanced, it takes me a while, and I'm conscious that this video is almost half an hour. So, place 3 berries into each row, column and block. Surround each number with the specified number of blueberries. So basically what that means is this 3, for example, needs 3 blueberries around it. And there's only space, so it's diagonal as well. So 1, 2 and 3. That then means that this one has got its blueberry, so it can't be either of those. Okay, where else can we go? Where else can we go? This needs 2 around it, which means there's 1 more here. This column, this block here, can only have 1 more blueberry in it. And this 3 has all of its 3 blueberries, so it can't have any more. And so this block needs 2 more. Okay, this 4, there's only space for 4 blueberries. And then this 4 is using those blueberries as well. This 3 has got all of its 3, so there's only 1 more spot in this block. This column now has 3 in it, and this 3 has got all of its blueberries. This 1 has got all of its blueberries. This 3, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possibilities. But actually this block only has space for 3 more blueberries. That means this column is complete. 1, 2, and then a 3 for this 3. So if there's a blueberry in one of these places, this row still needs 1 more, so it must go here. That finishes this block. This row needs 1 more, and there's only 1 spot for that. This row's got all three. This row's got all three. This row needs one more, and this block needs one more. This block needs two, and so there's one here. So if there's one here, these are the others for the row. This column has now got three. This column has got two and availability for one spot. This one now has a one, so it can't have another one, and this column needs one more. This row has got all three. This three up here has got all three of theirs. So we need two more in this block, one more in this row, and one more in this row. This column needs two more. This column needs one more, but we don't know at the moment. This three has got 1, 2, 3, so it doesn't need another one, which means the last blueberry for this row goes here. This column needs one more. Now this row has got all three. This block needs one more, and this block needs one more. Okay, we're going to give the advanced a shot. So sometimes they'll put zeros in, which is helpful. Means there's no blueberries around it there. There's a 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 squares surrounding it, but there can only be one blueberry in here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because the last one needs to go here, it means the blueberry for this one cannot go here or here. So then that means that the blueberries for the two go at the top. 1, 2, then a 3. We've now got all of our blueberries for this column, which is hopefully helpful. Yes, because we've got a 3 here, and we can only have one more here if we had it, which means we need one more down here. Not sure if that's helpful right this second though. This 2 has got both of its blueberries, so it can't be any of those. There's only availability in 3 slots for that row. Does that help? Yeah, so this one is now finished. One. We know that there needs to be one more in this block, so that's going to finish that column, so that square cannot be a blueberry. There's one more in this block. We still need all 3 in here. We could have 1, 2 if we wanted to, so that isn't helpful right now. 1, 2, and then we need a 3, so it can't be there because we need one more, so that must be there. This 2's got 1 so far, so it needs another one here. What else have we got? This 2. I'm not sure at the moment. This needs one more here. See, sometimes the advanced is a lot more closer to the expert level than the standard level. So this row needs one more. finish this 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it does. Finishes this block, and then this column is done. That puts the blueberry in that row over there. That finishes that row and that column, and then this finishes this block. We're almost there. There can only be one here. We need 3. We still need another one, so that goes there. And then it's 1 there, so it can't be any of those. Wait. Apologies. It can't be any of those. Which means it's both of those. This row and block is complete. This 3 needs all 3. And that finishes this block. This 2 needs 1 more. That finishes this block. This row needs 1 more. This row is complete. And this row needs 1 more. There we go, we've completed it. So, expert, I will leave again. And the last game that I play daily, although I do play some of these others, just not daily, is window pane. So with window pane, I'll just read the rules up here. Arrange all tiles on the upper board. Edge colours of adjacent tiles must match. Tile edges on the outside edges of the board must be black. So what that means is that this couldn't go here because it needs to be black at the top. And so you have to basically, like this might go down here, which would work, and then you need to match colour to colour. So what I tend to do first, or usually what I'll do first, is I'll find the colour that there's less of, or I'll find blocks that have blacker around the edges. So for example, we could put these up here, and that all matches. And then we've got to work out what we can put across the bottom. So we could do this one. And then do we have another pink one though? Yep. But then do we have an orange that can go on the bottom? Yep, we do. So then we're looking for purple, which we could do that one. And then we need another purple. And then we need a purple edge. Okay. So now we're getting less and less on the orange. So I'd start to fill that in. So we could put an orange one here, orange one here, and then an orange one here. Now my green is pretty much over this side. So let's have a look, see what we can do about that. Could put this here. We couldn't do that, but we could do this, and then this, and then we could put the purple one up here. Would that work? I need a pink. do sometimes play some of these other ones, but not frequently. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I might make this into a series like I said at the beginning, so come back to view more of these videos. If you liked this, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you can. It's free to do and it really does help me out, and hopefully I'll be back with more videos soon.